these?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the deli before the deli.
Yes.
I hate puppies. Free deli. Good podcast.
Yeah, it's average.
Oh, we got a late
I
start.
feel threatened.
8:24? No, it's on time. It's not for a double. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. I know nothing about the beers that have come in here because Ray was gracious enough to bring a couple.
What a minute.
I was out. Stopped in somewhere.
There you go. I like it. Are they from the same place?
They are.
Oh, bold.
But not the same brewery.
Oh, okay.
Same store.
Oh, no, that's what I was asking. Great.
Yeah. Same
I was
store.
About to say bold move, Cotton.
No.
No one wants that shit.
No one wants that.
You got a beer spot?
I do have a beer spot.
What are the odds? A place that has beer.
No, but everywhere sells beer, but finding deli beer, you have to, there's only
gotta have
a
a
few
spot.
places, yeah.
Yeah, because everyone always has.
I know of two in our area. Lucky, and then the other version of Lucky that when you go up Huguenot on by the
Shell.
nursery, yeah.
Yes.
I've never been able to find the beer spot. I hear it's a myth.
Huh.
I got that joke.
Oh, the beer spot. Beer spelled with a G. I understand. Yeah, well, thank you for bringing those, man. So naturally, this is the Modella Oro.
O-R-O.
And how am I supposed to say that? I don't even know what's going on there.
How is it?
It's average as fuck,
Yeah.
but perfect for what I'm doing, which is drinking 10 beers.
Drinking 10 of them, yeah.
Oh, we got to do a double. I got to get my energy up, get my wits about me. That means the second episode will be far better,
Little hydration.
as is the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
You try to take it light beforehand, knowing you got a big one. So I only had 3 drinks going into tonight's episode.
Aren't you a hero? Did the whole family go out for dinner? Is that what that picture was?
Nah, it was just
Three y'all?
just 3 of us. One of the girls had a sleepover.
Was that at Taza?
Yes, where I saw you.
Ah.
It's very
Oh.
interesting.
Did y'all set that up?
Nah, not at all. In fact, he walked right past me.
That's hilarious.
Didn't even notice him.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't notice him. I noticed his son. I go,
Ah.
I know that kid. I was like, oh, wait, I know that kid's parents.
Little birthday dinner, huh?
Nah, very nice.
Joy was very embarrassed because she looked tired,
Oh.
and Brenda didn't get the joke.
Not at first. She goes, I look tired. I go, you look fine. She was like, I'm not wearing makeup. Ah, that's right. That's what that means. That's code.
I would not have gotten that.
I would not have gotten
That was
it.
the name of an episode.
Yes, I understand, but we've been doing this for 9 years.
My wife doesn't wear makeup, so I don't.
She
get the
always
reference.
looks tired.
Yeah.
It fucking looks like she's asleep all the time.
She figured it out. She never wears makeup, so she always looks the same. And then when she puts the makeup on once a year to go to the gala, it's like, oh, who's this?
That is the way to do
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty smart.
Always slow play your shit, so when you put in any effort, you're like, damn.
That's how I live my life.
It's, as somebody who's dated girls who wore a lot of makeup, I get the hard work and effort that goes into it, but it's really discouraging when they don't look anything like they look.
Yeah. No, the beauty is your wife, your wife always looks good. I don't want this to be misconstrued. But then she can glow up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like someone who puts on all the makeup all the time, they only where they have to go is down. You wake
Yeah.
up and go, ah.
You're like, who is it? Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Like that's not good.
Yeah. And the time. That's what I hate. Because that's when men bitch about their women being late, that's normally what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That or they're pregnant.
or like 10 costume changes, but
No, that's frustrating. I'm with you. And that happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a little bit of that.
my
Like,
dad's wife still like takes an hour and a half to get ready in the morning, and she doesn't work. And
where
she
are they going?
If they go anywhere, she has to put her face on, as she calls it, and it's ridiculous. I'm like, you're 70 something. Just walk outside. No one's looking at you at all. I can guarantee it.
I don't know, man. I kind of get it. Like I want to look at 70. I want to look good
You gonna?
When are you gonna start?
at 70.
Oh, okay.
I just said at 70. I'm not going to start glowing up yet. That's a pain in my ass.
Start wearing David Bowie makeup.
There you go.
He wear too much makeup?
Little Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, Ziggy Stardust. That was a personality though.
Guys do wear makeup now. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah, I can't get behind it.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, if I was like on Sports Center,
Yeah, like
wear makeup.
TV makeup.
Yeah, I've seen myself on TV.
Yeah.
I could use some makeup. That is for sure. I am not photogenic at all.
You don't think so?
Oh, I know so. Like I can quickly turn into a mirror and be like, hey, that dude's all right. But as soon as I smile, ugh. Like it's bad, man. I'm just not photogenic. And then I did this show for a little bit before the podcast started. I had a little cable access TV show
Nice.
for a short period of time with our boy Dax.
Somebody find that footage.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's
Like,
fantastic.
is it like Dr. Ruth?
No, it's he was doing a sports show, and I was trying to make it less sports.
Were you trying to make it funny?
I was making it funny.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You were the funny guy.
Yeah, I was less sports, more funny. Like just kind of filling in the gaps, playing color commentary, but leaning out of sports while he was trying to do sports.
You were derailing him.
It didn't work in the end.
What?
Yeah.
So what happened after the second episode?
I just realized how bad I look on camera. It was a
Right.
It was a big realization for me. I was like, it's not just photogenic; it's anything with a lens. Just doesn't work for me. So I went to pod.
Yeah. A face for radio.
I mean, look how good I look right now.
You're killing it.
Everybody out there's
Yeah.
like, he sounds fantastic.
He's a dime, guys.
oh,
He is.
Yeah.
straight 10.
How many episodes did y'all do?
3 or 4. It didn't get picked up, if you will. Also, he stopped. He petered out. I was ready.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like I was looking to do something once a week.
I don't see you stopping.
I wasn't gonna stop.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all in, and then he just wasn't showing up. I was like, all right.
He didn't even know he was third mic.
Yeah, it's true. He didn't even know.
Yeah.
He was like, "Would you like to do this with me?" I was like, "I would, third mic." I think that attitude didn't really work for him, unfortunately.
Everybody thinks they want to do it.
Until they have to
Something
do
like
it.
that
Till
till
you
you have
do
to
it.
do it. And it's a lot, it's a whole lot.
That's like everything.
Well, I can't imagine doing a cable access show. That sounds like a way more work. I mean, we've talked about how little work we put into this, but like you can't really do that with the cable access.
He had access to all the TV stations, all the
Yeah, but
cameras.
he,
it was very simple as far as.
But
Well,
he didn't
it looked
show-
simple to me.
He didn't show up with no topics.
No, he was
Yeah.
ready to go. He had topic after topic after topic,
Yeah.
and I had fucking derail.
Yeah.
Dagger. Taka.
So was he doing like the week's highlights?
Yeah, it was kind of like a sports center kind of thing, but it was also more. I thought I was helping him out because I was making.
I'm sure
it
you
more,
were. He
I was
couldn't have
making
done it
more
on his own.
universal.
Yeah.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, I definitely dropped a boom goes to dynamite in episode 2, and he was like, "That's played." Like, not for me, buddy. I'm getting it hot. I'm getting it hot.
I still drop like Sports Center sayings all the time. And
Chris Berman.
Yeah,
No,
back,
no,
back,
he
back.
is the worst. I hate everything that's ever
Yeah,
come out
Boomer
of his
sucks.
mouth. The back thing is stupid. Every nickname he ever thought of was awful. But like,
Well, let's give him a little credit. He
Oh,
created
yeah.
the ability to kind of have your own personality and be in there. He created some
he
of that.
probably did, but I look at more like Dan Patrick, Kenny Mayne,
Oh, they were way
like
better.
Stuart Scott. Those guys were actually funny. Like so,
Yes.
like
But Berman I think predates all of them.
when I'm
Well,
watching.
yeah, I think he gave some color, right? He gave color to sports that a lot of people didn't see or could have it, and it became more entertaining. I think he brought more people to whatever sport.
He gets a lot of credit just because he happened to be one of the first persons they hired, and he stuck
That's it.
around the longest.
Yeah, he had-
But like, I think other people would have done what he did had they been there. Like,
There was an old
Like
guy.
George Washington.
There was
Yeah.
an,
Fuck that guy.
there was an old guy in
well, we
DC.
already hate him here, obviously.
In DC, there was a guy named George Michael, and there was
Mm-hmm.
George Michael's sports machine.
Faith.
No, different George Michael.
Okay.
Different George Michael. This dude's way queer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did a show that predated Sports Center, and that was kind of it. He did his sports machine, and it worked, and he had personality. But he was an older guy. He was kind of.
Yeah.
I think they took a lot of kind of what he did, and they were like, "We just need to do this better."
But I feel he could go all the way will outlive any catchphrase sports related ever.
Maybe.
What would surpass it?
I mean, there's got to be something older that would be.
Well,
bigger.
I was trying to think like Howard Cosell was.
Yeah,
like,
there's some
he's
famous.
Like, I mean, like he was really eloquent on the mic
Yeah.
when he talked about sports, especially boxing. Yeah, but
I mean,
you're right.
do you
I think
believe
you're
in
Dave.
miracles is more.
But that was
Relevant.
a one-time
That was
shot.
one time.
That's like down
But-
goes Fraser.
I think Dave's right.
Do you
I
believe
think.
in
But that's
miracles?
why he could go all the way as fucked out and not that good. Like it's just, I don't think it's that good. But like some of the sports
Oh,
center
I got
guys,
one. I got one that'll outlive it.
what?
Peace out.
Are you ready to rumble?
Peace out.
Are you ready to rumble? That's old school.
That's pretty good.
But like they wrote like you could tell some of those guys they put like thought and effort. Like I say in my little league, at my kids' baseball games, I'll be like, somebody else strike out and I'll be like, he's leaving early. That's more beer for us. Like that was, I forget who even said it, but that was on Sports Center all the time. Or bring me only your finest meats and cheeses for me and my teammates. Like there were some funny ass.
Yeah, I guess
Same.
it was old baseball commentators
Yeah.
like the Bob Ukers of the world who just were regional.
Well,
that
these
then
were
ultimately-
Sports Center guys doing clips back in the 90s when you would just, we were young and we'd watch them. Like I used to sit down and watch Sports Center like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And like it's awful now. Like you would never do that. I don't think it's getting nearly the ratings it used to get.
Scott Van Pelt still got it.
Scott Van Pelt at night, yeah, but like,
That's the one. I mean, that's the one
only
you tune
one.
in for,
Yeah.
and everyone else is just kind of going through the motions.
and he has some funny quips
Yeah.
there.
He's great. I don't know how he does it though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's up late all the time
Yeah.
and never looks worse for wear.
Other than all of his hair falling out
Well,
at a very, very young age.
do you think that was genetics, or you think that was Sports Center?
Both.
They just gave him a really
Yeah.
bad time slot, and his hair said, "Fuck this!
Yeah.
I can't just have a guy who's living on meth."
No.
I can see it.
I prefer a play-by-play commentator than I do like a highlight guy that's on the news. I think
It's harder.
It's harder. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot more involved, and I think you got to know the sport too.
What I'm talking about is like the specifics of Sports Center being the clip reel that it was. Like some of those guys wrote some fun. They wrote their own stuff and they did a good job. They put some what could be pretty boring, just showing a couple clips. Like they would be funny, and I was like, I like that. That's cool. Like, but yeah, for a game,
Yeah,
you
top
don't
10.
need all that.
Sports Center had it going on. I think they still do a pretty good job.
Zen time. I'm so excited.
I don't remember the last time I watched Sports Center. I mean, it's been years and years and years.
Agreed.
They still do top 10.
I would go watch something, and like it just went from like they used to just be like highlights of anything that happened the day before. And then you go watch and it'd be like, we're gonna talk all Dallas Cowboys and all Yankees today. Oh, neither of those teams are playing. Your favorite team did play a pretty meaningful game. We won't even bring them up. Like, and it would drive me insane because it was all about
You play to
rating.
the masses, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, if you want to hear about your shitty team, you need to listen to the local stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I listen to Chicago sports podcasts. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to hear about the shitty team that I care about. Boy, howdy do I. Even that gets super boring.
Yeah.
By hour 4, you're like, yeah, we know. You've rehashed it
Yes,
a dozen
fire
times.
everyone. Get a
Yes.
new manager.
We need a new guy. We're going to take a hot take from some listeners.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat the same thing Todd from Morgantown said. Shut up. That's why I'm so glad we don't do sports. I'm glad to
Yeah.
talk adjacent, but
Right.
God bless.
Man.
I can't talk about sports all day. It's not that cool.
No.
I mean, it's cool, but it's not that cool.
Yeah, the regular season is not that great.
No. Just talk about Zen.
Well, and ultimately, when your team wins,
Sponsored by Zen.
Oh, Zimpic.
Bro.
your team only matter. Your team winning doesn't affect your life on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Oh man, there are people out there that it does.
It genuinely did for a while for me. The Bears season, like before I had like a job.
I would
and a
say
family,
reevaluate your life.
They did. Now they're all into politics.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Those people that were hardcore sports fans,
yeah.
and then they got jobs and families, then they switched to politics.
It's probably true. You age into it.
Yeah, you age into politics, and then you're like, no, my team's losing. My team's winning. My team's going to
you
jail.
talking about the Bears? No, I'm talking about Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah. They just switched to that because there's just a lot more people who agree with your team.
Another thing that doesn't affect your life on a grand scale day to day, but you put so much thought and effort into it.
It sure seems to affect a lot of people's life on a day to day.
They let them.
Can't talk about anything else. And you want to talk about what's more boring than watching SportsCenter over and over.
Yeah.
You can watch some of those news. Oh my gosh, how many times can you hear it? Like, I get it. It's the same topic over and over. Everybody's going to jail.
Yeah.
We're on quite the hot streak of fucking finding people guilty.
I mean,
My God.
It's weird that politicians are doing shady shit because that's not the politics.
It's not the politicians I've known. No.
They've always been on the straight and narrow.
On the up and up since the dawn of time.
Yep.
Everybody with power has just respected it, not done whatever they can to keep it.
They've done the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, King's here. He's going to bang your wife. That's fine. It's politics. That's the king.
Yeah.
Baby, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to respect you in the morning. Because, long live the king.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the worst. You got to wake up and then still go kiss the fucking ring. You don't even want to kiss her.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I do like this cult documentaries where it's like, and everything was great, and then one day he woke up, he's like, God told me I've got to fuck all your wives.
Yeah.
Every cult it happens.
Yeah.
Cults have got to be pretty dope up until that moment when the power just really hits the cult leader.
Love bombed.
Yeah, like things are.
Man, everyone likes me.
Yeah.
It's just
so
everybody's nice. Everybody's helping.
They're way better than my family.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck my family.
Then one day,
it just always goes back to you gotta let the leader bang all the women, and he needs all your money. Those are the two.
But that's never how it starts.
No.
It starts some dude is just like, I got this idea. And then he starts pontificating, and then someone goes, I like that idea. And then he finds himself one nice
It's
concubine.
crazy that you can brainwash so many people into that. You know?
Do you think the idea has an underlying I need to fuck people's wives, or does it evolve into that?
I think it evolves. I think most start from a place of like, I genuinely believe in X. And I want more people to believe in that.
I don't believe that for
You
a
think
second.
it always starts with
I think
the
it
line?
starts with not so much the sex. That's a massive part. I think the power is what they all want, and with that comes the sex.
But that's what I mean. I think power
it's
is what you're coming up. The sex just becomes part of it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to bang you because you're the powerful one. And then it's like, well, I do kind of like this part of it. It's got to be hard.
You don't think they set out with that end game?
Sure, there's got to be people who started a cult who were like, I will do this because I want power and I want to bang. And like they create a cult based on where they want to be. But I would like to think that at least most cults start because they have a belief that butterflies do really rule the world and we should just be gentle to the butterflies and do what we can to save them. And then it's just a matter of time before.
So then it's inevitable that the sex and the money just is going to happen.
Yeah, I think someone like an L. Ron Hubbard, like, oh boy, now the Scientologists are
Oh,
gonna
man. Yeah, be careful. There'll be some.
He definitely knew what he was doing.
But that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
he was a science fiction writer.
He was right from the jump.
Yeah.
He was like, I've got these stories that I want to tell. And then he realized that there were tax loopholes and implications.
Right. It's about money for him, I think.
The whole time it was just trying to get to be a religion.
I think he was trying to sell his books too.
Yeah.
Like
That was, but it was all to get religion status so he could be tax free and have all the money. Like,
do you guys
that
remember in like the early 90s, you'd be watching some
Dianetics?
cartoon and then the Dianetics commercial would come on?
And, like,
Yeah.
I didn't know until 10 years after that was Scientology. And there were a couple times I'm like, maybe I should read that book.
I definitely wanted to read that book. I wanted to be in that book. I want to crawl up in that book. There
I
was
remember
so
the
much
700
power.
Club coming on, and I'd be like, I'm turning this off immediately.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because it was very clearly Christianity.
Yeah.
You saw that coming a mile away. Dianetics was like,
did not.
there was a freaking volcano going off, and they were talking about making you better and stronger and unlocking the keys to your mind to make you a better person. I was like, yeah, I do have a lot of thetans.
But how do people fall for that? Because doesn't that one work where like it's immediately money driven? Like you want in this game, come up with some cash.
Yeah.
Like-
but the promise that, hey, look, all you have to do is attend these 2 classes, and we're going to give you, 10% of our secrets.
But no one.
That you need.
I always have had the mindset that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
You're way too smart.
I don't think I'm that smart.
I think you're smarter than a lot of people.
You're probably on track for your retirement.
What do you mean?
Whatever calculator that says by this age you should have this much of your salary.
Oh yeah, I have that fit number figured out.
Yeah.
90% of the country.
Of course.
That's the sad part.
My plan's to
the
throw
sad
money
part.
at Scientology, get rid of some of these thetans because
Yeah.
they're ravaging my
Well,
body.
your first plan is to not live that long.
Well, and I'm nailing that. I'm certainly getting a lot closer to that. Like I've got enough money to live to 60.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. I think I can make it.
I have enough money to live to 60 if I continue to work until I'm 60.
It's kind of my plan. There's too many thetans in you, dude.
Yeah.
We should go in, you and me, Dave.
Go into business.
Let's go be Scientologists. Let's fix the glitch.
I heard that kids that were like 16 in the early 90s called that number, never followed through. And to this day, they're getting mail and calls, and like they follow those people. Like,
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jim Smith moved. Make sure you send mail to that address.
Just a numbers game, right?
Yeah. Eventually you'll capitulate.
They're trying to help.
Did you ever hear about? I forget where I heard this or read it, but this was like way before the internet. Way before. This is back in the snail mail days. There was a scam going on where, and it's a numbers game where like this person or group of people would mail out picks for next week's football games to
Oh, yeah.
to 1,000 people.
Yeah, you
and
do.
then
This half gets this pick, and this half gets this
no,
pick.
well, you would just pick the game. It didn't matter. The game would happen. Half of those people, you'd be wrong on for half, like you said, half and half, whatever.
Yeah, I'm saying you divide it. You
And
said
then
the
you would
Bears are
just
going to
keep-
cover
you would
7. The
keep-
Bears are not going to
Yeah.
cover 7. You split it up, and then the people that hit, now you split them up.
And you send if here's the next game. If you want more, send in money. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's freaking genius to do back 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
Because if I got it in the mail and I got 3 picks in a row that were right,
Yeah.
I'm certainly paying for that 4th pick
Yes.
at this point.
Yeah.
Because I want to be rich, and I'm betting the house
Oh yeah.
because I'm dumb like that.
Yeah.
I used to call into those lines when I was in college because that's how it was. You would call up.
Yep.
You would get the free pick. And I would lose all week on my own accord, just being a bad gambler. And then I would call in those lines for Monday night because you got to get your money back on Monday night.
That's how you do it.
And if it hit 1 week, that was it. You were screwed because now the next week you're like ready to bet everything because this guy was right.
Yeah.
I am the guy that they wanted that to happen.
I think
to.
most people are, especially when it comes to gambling.
But I was like a degenerate. Like I was.
I think most gamblers are.
Because I've told that story why I had to quit. I think I've told it on the air why I had to quit. I really got out over my skis. I lost everything, which at the time was like $750. But
Yeah.
I didn't have $750. I had to go into like savings.
Go back into your time to when you were in college. Think about this, listeners. Like when $750 was a shit ton of money.
This was actually after college when my wife was pregnant. And like I screwed up and had to tell her, I was like, I fucked up. I had to get this money.
I bet that was a fun conversation.
It was super cool. Yeah, it's super cool.
I heard an interesting quote from a psychologist, I think, that said that gamblers, people who love gambling, they love the rush of winning exponentially more than the pain of losing money. And that is why, like, if you won $100, it is like Happy New Year, birthday,
Yeah.
anniversary, all wrapped into one, versus if Troy lost $100, it would be like
And starts projectile vomiting. Yeah.
for like weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the difference.
Ruins
between,
an entire trip.
That's the difference
Yeah.
between a gambler and a non-gambler. It's all about this reaction you get.
Yeah, if you get the better high than the loss,
Yeah.
then just chase the high.
My mom loves to gamble. She goes to Rosie's all the time. Like, she's down, and she knows my feelings on gambling, and still feels the need to tell me every time she wins,
But not when
when she loses, and tell me all about it. Like, I give a flying fuck, and I'm just staring at her like, I don't know what to say to you. This is a sign of sadness to me. Like, you're on a fixed income. What are you doing? Like.
Yeah, what better way than to
Yeah,
get some
to get
extra
out.
scratch?
Get some extra money.
It's like every time I go into a gas station, I get behind somebody that's buying a bunch of lottery tickets. I'm just like, this is a sad sign of like not making the right decision.
Sorry, I've ruined your day.
I mean, I'm down. Let's gamble. I've actually been very good. I have not re-upped my account since I lost on Caitlin Clark's finals game in NCAA basketball. That was the last bet I placed.
Smart. But you're in a downtime, so it'll come back.
Oh, it'll come back when football comes back, maybe before. But like, I placed a bunch of futures bets on baseball and different things, and I was like, I'm out.
I bet on the team against mine to win.
That way you can't lose.
I can't lose. Hedge my happiness.
Yeah.
If Duke's playing Carolina, I mean, I've bet $800 on Duke. I mean, that's 8 times.
But that's like, that means you really, really wanted that win. It's worth $800.
Well, it does get in the final minute of a close game. You're like, fuck, I don't know what. I don't know what to do here.
I don't know where I stand.
Yeah, so it gets tough.
That's where you want Carolina to be favored by 2, win by 2, get your money back,
Yeah.
call it a day. Nice push.
When Duke is an underdog, I always bet on them to cover the spread. And then the best is when they're a 4-point underdog and they lose by 2, and
Yeah.
you're like, this is the best day
Yeah.
ever.
This is double win.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do.
That's right. Always bet on the
start.
Bears to lose.
Only when they're favored. Like, I want those
Right.
points.
Right.
And then just hope that we net out right there.
Yep.
The only gambling I can get behind is the high odds future stuff where you're like, this team's got a 1 in 2,500 shot of winning the championship.
Oh, yeah, those are
and,
fun.
and it's, you can throw $2 on it, and it's like, okay, you $5, $10, whatever, just a few dollars. So it's giving you that much entertainment over the season. But
That's why I like those. I
Yeah.
like a long-term bet where it's like every game working towards my goal. It's nice. All right, so biggest bet coming up. Everyone's going to get in on it. Labor Day weekend.
Oh yes, I saw this.
So everybody heard that Joey Chestnut, which I'm not absolutely certain that this is not some kind of a work.
It's definitely a work. You know what's funny? 2 days ago, my oldest son and I sat down and watched the 30 for 30 on it.
On Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi? I don't know.
It's on both of them. It's on the rise of competitive eating in Nathan's hot dog contest.
Why
Okay.
do you think it's a work?
Well, a month ago, Kobayashi retired.
Right.
Now
So that's
Kobayashi has he been competing in the Nathan's?
No, so
yeah, he's been out. right?
Watch the documentary.
Oh, there's a reason behind
Yeah.
it. Well, can you just give it to
So
us?
he
layman?
won 6 years in a row from 2001 2006, and then Joey Chestnut finally beat him, and then somewhere around 2011 or 12 they tied or something. It was close, and then it all came down to, and I guess I never thought about this, but as the sport, I mean, you got to remember that sport back in that time was booming. The whole competitive eating thing. They started the Major League Eating, and they started all these competitions. They were touring and eating. So it came down to money, basically. He was like, I ain't getting on that stage unless you pay me X, Y, and Z. And they're like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
So he was the first one to flex.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was weird because he showed up the first year and was in the audience, and they arrested him because he tried to storm the stage and stuff after Chestnut won.
Oh, so Kobayashi's
Yeah.
got some demons. I like this.
So he's a 6-time champ, and Chestnut's a 16-time champ.
Yeah, but he's had no competition because Kobayashi's out.
Well, and he hadn't beaten him in years and years anyway. So like it's kind of been a one-man show for quite a while.
Yeah, Chestnut, like there was a time where Kobayashi was the single greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Yes.
And Chestnut was this wannabe. There was a couple years there where he was trying to come up. And then when he flipped the switch, it was no longer
The
close.
first year Kobayashi won, he ate 50 dogs, and he tripled the then record.
Yeah, to get to 50.
Yeah.
To get to 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now Joey Chestnut's
They were
pulled,
showing
like
they were
70,
showing
I think.
he's like 74.
Yeah, he's in the 70s.
So they're showing him eat those 50 dogs, and they're showing the guys looking down, competing against him,
Like,
and they're just
what?
like, "What in God's name?" Because the dude's 5'8" and 140 pounds, you know,
Yeah.
and he's just mashing down wieners, dude. And then
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Episode name. Mashing down wieners.
So then and they show like Chestnut like coming close, and like they show training montages. He was doing like training. He was like had this bite thing. He was like working his jaws, and like he was swallowing air to stretch his stomach out. And then like they show him like burping, and he'd be like pushing in on his stomach to like get all the air back out of him.
Oh,
He was swallowing air to expand his stomach. Like he was doing like actual training.
I respect that, though.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know, and I don't know what rock you've been under, but apparently Joey Chestnut aligned somehow with Impossible Foods. And Nathan's was like, absolutely not, if you're going to be
I
associated.
heard the number was like they were going to pay him like 1.3 mil over like 4 years of being for him to be the face of Impossible.
But think about how much money he probably really makes. He's not a wealthy guy.
So in the doc, which is 5 years old, probably he was making six figures doing competitive eating.
But he's working. It's
Yeah.
not like he's getting that from the Nathans once a year showing
I
up.
thought I heard something that said with Nathan's, his contract with them was a couple $100,000 a year. So like it wasn't.
Oh, so he could clear big money.
But like, let's say he was getting 200 a year. So over 4 years, he's getting 800K. They offer 1.3. That's a lot more money. And
and you don't have to gorge yourself. And travel around to
well,
this
he might
pie
have to.
eating
They might
contest.
have to go eat Impossible dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll
70 a clip.
That'll kill him. That stuff's not good for you.
Yeah. Not nearly as healthy as hot dogs.
Yeah, lips and assholes. Now that's an American tradition. That's how we eat.
And it's funny too because I mean he really wouldn't be anything without Nathan's.
No, he'd just be a douche.
Be an accountant.
I wouldn't let Joey Chestnut do my accounting. I wouldn't even let him grill my hot dogs. I don't trust that dude. I don't want him anywhere near that shit. Just flex him.
So yeah, a month ago Kobayashi retired, said he wasn't in the game anymore, and then Chestnut signs this deal, so he's not going to be there. So basically, the two greatest hot dog eaters of all times will not be at the Coney Island 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
But do you think it could be some kind of a work that Nathan's is just kicking him out because they want to get the hype up?
Could
They want to
be.
get this going. Then you can get the big return. Like we've decided that, hot dogs are hot dogs, but Nathan's are still the best, but we want to give him a shot. Like something just to build up the
I don't
hype.
see where this is going to help Nathan's game.
I don't either. I just, something
But
about
now,
it
but
strikes
you know
me
about
as
the
a work.
Netflix thing.
No, I don't.
Oh, well,
I don't
shit.
know any of these things.
It was just announced.
Just
like
announced
2 days ago.
I thought I sent it in. I thought that's why you brought it up. So now, Chestnut.
Labor Day.
Well, no, that I heard about.
It's on Netflix.
So it's going to be like the Tyson fight, which isn't happening now.
Right.
apparently.
Yeah.
How does Mike Tyson get scared of Jake Paul?
I don't think he's scared. I think he's just old. He couldn't handle the training that he was going through. Your body just can't.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, so now on Labor Day, Kobayashi and Chestnut are going to have a contest, and I didn't even read the article.
Live on Netflix is my understanding. It's going to be mano a mano. I'm betting on that. Big money.
Yeah, Chestnut?
I think Kobayashi is going to get good odds. And I think Kobayashi inventing the
Is there a
training,
bet to cover on that?
it'll probably be, Joey's giving back like $3. You got to bet 3 to win 1, whereas Kobayashi's probably 1 to win 3.
But, like, can you bet on him to cover? Like, he won't eat 20 more than him.
You're probably
Like a
gonna have to
point
find.
spread?
You're gonna have to find the right site. Yeah, there
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
is
there's
a way to
probably a
do.
way to
There's
do that.
always a way.
Yeah.
He's got to find the shady.
Like he's gonna
site.
keep it tight.
But like, is there any scenario where you could see Kobayashi roaring back, reclaiming the throne?
I don't know. I'll be watching, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And maybe they could start their own competitive eating thing. Kobayashi Chestnut League.
Or one well-planned bet by a family member.
Ooh.
Oh, snap. Like Chestnut throws it.
He throws it.
They have they figured that out though, right? Like all these books know, like when they see large amounts of money come in one way or another, they're like the alarms go off. They're like,
But you can make
wait.
several different smaller bets.
Because isn't that where the dude that was like a nobody on a team, basketball team got busted?
Yeah, because you can out.
He was like,
impact the outcome.
somebody put a large money on this player to get under 4 points in a game, and he like had an eye problem.
He had an eye
came
problem.
out of the game.
Yeah. And he got picked up real
Yeah.
quick. I don't know. So you're betting Chestnut.
For sure. USA.
100%. USA.
I mean, he is the champ.
He is the champ.
To be the champ, you got to beat the champ.
I know. And I think Kobayashi he's the godfather. I mean, he created that shit. All right, Ray, who
So
do you
part
got?
of it,
Chestnut all day, Dave.
I mean, you have to go with the champ.
part of it is, and you'll
Definitely
learn
going
this if you watch
Kobayashi now. Then
if you watch the documentary. He was winning competitive eating. There was competitive eating shows in Japan. So when he came over here,
that's how it started.
Yeah, Japanese people there. They do the
they
crazy
watch some
stuff.
crazy shit, dude.
They do.
It's fantastic.
It is.
It really is good times. I enjoy it.
You gotta think we steal most of our weird TV shows from them, right?
Oh, yeah. Remember that show they used to do where we would dub it over and there was all these crazy
Oh
challenges?
yeah, that was awesome.
That show was hilarious.
Wipeout.
No, Wipeout was us just trying to.
There was a version of it that was kind of like Wipeout, where they like went up like a set of stairs or something, and like, yeah, that was
And
good.
then we came up with American Ninja Warrior, was just not as cool. But on a plane, you can watch American Ninja Warrior all day.
Oh yeah.
That way you can listen to your podcast and not have to worry about like what they're saying and just watch people do stuff. That show is fun. I'm glad they have that on planes. Give them that. Troy, what do you got in your hand there, dude?
I'm looking at this beer. I'm trying to decide what kind of vehicle's on it. What is it?
Looks like a Ford Bronco.
It looks like a Bronco, but
Oh, that's a Chevy Blazer.
yeah, that's what I thought.
That's a K5 Blazer.
That's right.
This is a Ray special here.
I saw this one and I said, this is a good one for post Father's Day episode.
Well, this may be coming out this week. I may be.
Flipping it
This
up.
may be coming out on Father's Day because last week got so crazy. I think I might bank that one for a little bit.
Till the divorce is final.
I mean that one was good, dude. Like I was laughing my ass off.
I forgot what we even talked about.
I'm not even gonna tease it.
Oh, I
Nope.
I had several discussions with my fiance about it.
Yeah.
Honey, you're going to hear some things next week.
K5.
And she's like, I agree. It's fine.
No, because I'm not wrong.
Right. You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we're not going to bring it up now.
Yeah,
Tease it.
I don't want to. Oh yeah, we could tease benefits and consequences of getting separated or a divorce, I should say.
Okay.
For a girl.
And for guys.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
true.
That's
And for
right.
guys. There's benefits for guys.
This is the K5 Topless Blonde Ale. 4.5%.
It's called the K5 Topless Blonde. I love this beer already. Here we go.
This K5 was made to have the top off. Go ahead, soak up the sun and cruise with our summertime light ale. Brew with our farm-grown Cascade and Chinook hops.
Is the name of the brewery Big Truck?
Trust us, blondes have more fun. Let's ride. Big Truck Farms. Big Truck Farm Brewery. And it's got a cool logo. It looks like a tire, but it's a hop.
Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, the bottom half is a tire and the top half's a hop. It's cool. I like that it's got a K5 on it, man. That's a sweet truck.
But if every
But
single
that's like
beer,
the most obscure version of like
I almost-
a Bronco or a Jeep or something.
I almost got a K5 for $4,000. This guy had a K5 Blazer, cherry red, and he'd rhino lined the whole inside. And I showed up to his house, and he wanted $4,000, and I had $3,500 on me. And I showed up. It was like when I was looking for the 4Runner, and I was like, dude, this guy's truck is beautiful. Like, I got to get this. And I was like, I have $3,500. And he's like, you don't understand how many people are hitting me up at this $4,000 mark. He's like, I can't go lower because people are showing up all the time. He's like, but I'll tell you, if you show up here with the $4,000, and I literally had Ely with me, I was like, spot me some money. He and I were able to scrounge together 300 more bucks. And I came back. I was like, I have 3,800. He's like, you don't understand. Since you left, I've gotten 10 bucks.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't. It would have been worth so much right now. It was pristine. So now I have an old 4Runner, but I have a K5 topless blonde in my hand, and that's saying something.
I don't want to give away any secrets, but you and I are supposed to go on a mission.
Yeah, I'm going to my barber next week.
All right.
I'm going to investigate that. This is a weird beer. I'm having a hard time coming up with my score.
Ooh.
Well, why can't you talk about this mission? You just going to dangle that out in front of us?
I found a 66 and a 67 Bronco.
Wow.
That are sitting on a farm in a barn, like traditional old school find in Mechanicsville. And the guy wants $10,000 for both.
And who's buying them? You?
We're debating on buying them and trying to fix them up, but it's a long road, and I haven't seen them, and I don't know. They say they're rust free, but they don't run.
I'm buying them. Brennan's getting a 50% finder's fee.
It seems like a good deal, but I want to
especially for you. It sounds like Dave's getting screwed.
Well,
not in the end. There'll be a lot of money
if they're what they're
what they say they are. But we're very far from.
Think they just need a detailing and a once over.
Is
that the goal,
run,
or are you trying to put money into them?
They got to get them started. They got to go.
They've got engines in them. I think,
but
everything else is suspect.
Not running could be as simple as putting a battery in it.
Yeah, spray some carb in it, and carb cleaner fires up. You never know.
Basically, if they're cancer free,
they're worth more.
They're worth way more.
Cars
than
get cancer.
Rust
cancer. Even if they don't run.
So are you rusty?
It's the good cancer. It's the good cancer they have. Maybe
67 and 68 Bronco.
66 and 67.
66 and 67.
One traditional yellow with white top. Other one red, white, and blue.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are y'all going to sell? Is the goal to sell both of them?
Yes.
Or both of you are going to fall in love with one and keep them?
Well,
no.
It just depends on what they look like.
The goal is to fix them up, drive them around for 2 months, and then sell them in the spring.
I've owned a 67 and a 69 Bronco at the same time, and now that I have that Jeep in the garage, I think my wife will. Oh shit, she's probably listening.
Hey, you're the one who brought it up. I was trying to keep it cool.
Honey.
I'm having a hard time with
love
this.
You.
I'm having a hard time with this beer. Like, I love it, and then I'm like, it's okay. I'm trying to come up with a score here. This is tough. It's got some good stuff and some.
Think about it without the label.
I can't. The top is K5 is all over.
I hate to stew this, but like, there's some good marketing here. I mean,
that makes it sexy.
Does.
It's topless blonde.
Yeah. Play on words.
It is. I think.
Okay. I'm going.
Go
going
ahead.
balls deep. The only knock I have on this beer is there's like this like lemony aftertaste that just kind of like holds too much. It overpowers the flavor, if you will. But I'm hot as shit. This pallet house is muggy hot right now.
It's really hot.
And
it's refreshing.
This is super refreshing, and the lemon is playing into that in the moment. I could see how in a different setting this wouldn't hit as well.
I've almost finished this beer. I'm just trying to decide what it is. I mean, like,
I like how mellow it is, though. I like the blonde.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not hoppy. It's not malty. It's mad refreshing. Got that little lemon hit. I'm going to give it a higher score than it demands. I'm going to go 4.
Wow.
Because
Whoa.
I like how refreshing it is, and I'm enjoying it right now in the heat. But it was a lot for me to get from 3.5 to 4 with that lemony aftertaste. That is kind of the the watch out, I still have a pucker, but I think it's refreshing enough that I would sit there and crush these in the right moment. So I'm going to give it a 4.
This isn't going to net at a 4. I can tell you that.
I doubt. Okay, well, Troy, why don't you go?
So I like this beer, but honestly, the biggest knock on it is, and I'm saying this as a lifelong American light beer drinker, this shit is like almost too flavorless. Like it is very low key outside of the lemon at the end. When you drink it, there's not a lot going on for me. And that's why I think Ray just literally inhaled it like it was a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And so I can't score it but so high. So I'm just going to gut it right down the middle at a 2.5. Like it's not bad. It's not, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is lacking a lot. It's just.
It is. I think that's what I like about it.
And I think, and
because it's not, doesn't taste like a light beer. It doesn't taste like a Budweiser. It doesn't have any of that lager. It's just that blonde ale.
In this muggy ass room right now.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
It's the best beer I've ever had at the moment. You give me this around a campfire, I'm going to be like, what a turd.
Yeah.
It's definitely a summer beer for me. I actually like that citrus on the end.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of citrus.
But you're right.
For stew, that can include oranges.
Maybe.
I'll say that I would agree with you, Troy, that it's like from the get-go, it's very simple. There's nothing there, but it's the back-end citrus that I really like.
Yeah.
And it's not like you put something in your Corona or orange in your Blue Moon. It is definitely kind of hoppy and it's fun to drink. But
super fun.
It's super fun.
How much fun I'm having.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
As any topless blonde is.
Right.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Fun to play with.
As long as it's not yours and like in public.
The other thing too, I don't know if it changes anything. It's not, I got a 6-pack, $12.99. So not bad.
That's the going rate.
Yeah.
Place I get it is pretty,
All right. So what'd you give it?
3.5.
3.5, 2.5, 4. I don't see how it's going to come up unless a 5 gets dropped on us right now. Dave?
All right. So I agree with pretty much what everyone is saying. It goes down like water. It's 87 degrees. That was not me.
Dave does not like this beer. What was that,
on that
dude?
beer.
I like how Brendan's voice came in like that.
That was not me, dude. That was weird.
That was definitely not near my ass.
Glitch in the system.
That was pretty shitty. But there's a weird funk to it that I can't explain. I do taste the lemon at the very, very, very end, but before that, there's also this funk that I don't like that much. But it's 87 degrees in the Pallet House right now.
Yeah, it's hot.
I'm very thirsty.
Yeah.
It's going down great. But I agree, if you're sitting in a perfectly air conditioned room, I don't know how great this beer will be. I'm gonna go with a 3.
Wow.
Who's doing the math?
I'll tell you. I would make this a Radler. I'd actually do a half and half, like with lemonade, and really kind of just have a good time.
It might be good with just a not even half and half, like 75-25.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Let this be 75.
Yeah, let it be 75 and give it a little more.
Who's
kick.
running the numbers? I don't have my phone over here. Somebody run the numbers.
2.5.
We were all over the place.
2.5, 4, 3.5, 3. Not a single.
2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. We just ran the gauntlet right there in half points.
So it's going to be a 3.25.
Sounds right. I don't know.
3.375.
See, you just got to get close.
Yeah.
I'm in the ballpark. Yeah, that's about what it should be. 3.3.
Just under a deli.
Just under.
But should be.
Should be a deli?
No, it should be just under a deli.
yeah,
With
yeah.
that much dissension in the ranks, it should never win a deli.
But I do think, there's a portion of our listeners that will absolutely fucking love this. And then there'll be some
I don't think anyone would dislike it.
Correct. I think,
honestly. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
so
there's
that's
no
why-
fault in it.
That's why I think your 2.5 is harsh.
It was a little harsh. But it kept it from getting a
I agreed.
It was no more harsh than a 4.
I think what's going on in Troy's brain,
Yeah.
if I may say so, is
Nothing.
if I'm buying
Crickets.
6 of these for $12.99, I'd just as soon get an 18-pack of Miller Lite.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good call.
That's. I want a flavor, and that's just lacking. To me, that's just not. There's not a lot there.
Right.
To me. Y'all are sucking them back, so there's
Oh, it's
obviously.
gone.
Yeah.
They all went down like boom. Like that's the, if you want to just rate it on how fast it goes down, that's probably the best.
My only knock was lack of flavor.
You know, I kind of have to give Stuart a little credit here. I would buy this just to get the sticker off the can and put on my beer fridge
Yeah.
because it's that cool.
It is that cool.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I
we
saw
all
it. That was the first one I put in the cart. I didn't even look at it. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's what I want.
we mock Stu because he makes such a big deal of it, but it all plays, right? Like you.
It absolutely plays.
I mean, there's whole breweries that they came up. It seems like they came up with the name of the brewery in the logo before they even brewed a beer. You know, like
Yeah.
If this were called beer with the generic label, it'd be a 2.5 for me.
yeah.
I saw another beer that I can get. It's called White Ferrari by Vasson.
I'm aware of it. They also had a whole Miata series. They had white Miata,
Yeah.
red Miata,
that's
blue
Veil.
Miata.
Is it Veil?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
maybe
Veil.
it's Veil.
Veil.
Yeah, Veil.
Yeah,
yeah.
they
and
do
it
the
was a
Ferraris
really
as well.
It was really cool, like label. It was all white. I thought about getting that, but I didn't want to put the other one back.
Oh, those are delicious.
They are good.
Mm-hmm.
They're strong. They're strong.
Yeah, I think it's like 9.5.
Dude, the other night I was sitting up at my local bar, just down the way here. Got a bar that I'm really starting to become a local in.
Is it Sidecar?
No, it's the restaurant.
Oh, you gotta plug it.
So over at Toast, if anyone's
Toast,
ever
okay.
down here, I like Toast. Toast is great. And I've been spending more and more time at the bar lately. And I'm noticing that I'm meeting lots of people, but with all the people that I'm meeting and starting to to the point where people are sitting down like, hey, Brendan, like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm really starting to become a bit of a local. But with that confidence comes too much confidence sometimes. And you just kind of say whatever comes to your mind because, you're in your bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're untouchable.
You're with your people.
And this guy walks in and he's like sitting over there and he's obviously a local or a regular. And
I guess there's a lot of people that live like you're not far from there, but like there's neighborhoods that literally back into that place. So there's probably a lot of those like
a lot of these guys walk over.
yeah.
Is what I'm learning. They're like walking over or riding a bike over.
Yeah.
I have to go a little bit down a road.
Yeah.
Not enough that I'm like overly concerned. You just don't speed at all because every once in a while there are
Yeah.
cops out there. But I was sitting there and this guy, I don't know why I do this. Like when I'm drinking, I have really strong opinions about the Irish. I've noticed.
While you're drinking.
I'm willing to voice them more. And this guy overhears that I'm going on a trip and he's like asking me about it. And I'm like, well, why have you been over there? And he's like,
No, he's like, I just want to tell you about my trip after you're done.
Yeah.
well, no, he was
I'm
like,
gonna one up your trip.
he was like, my ex-wife gets to take the kids there because she's Irish. That's her thing. So I'm going to Scotland and we're talking about that. And I was like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, well, originally I'm British. And he goes, you ever been to Northern Ireland? And I was like, that's such a fucking British thing to say. Of course you'd want me to go to Northern Ireland. I was like, let me guess, you want me to go up to Belfast where you can oppress me a little more?
That's what he was getting after.
No, and so I just immediately start coming at him, and I'm like, I need to tone it down. Like, have another drink.
Did you tell him that you were Irish by way of Arizona, Chicago, DC land?
Canada, technically. It's where the Irish came in. Kennedys came in.
Yeah.
Canada. So I have a little Canada in me, too. Nice try, Troy.
Yeah, I totally blotched that one.
Claim them all. Claim them all. And then he goes, yeah, well, my background is British and German. And I was like,
Wow.
maybe
he's a little too confident. Like,
Yeah.
keep that in your back pocket, sir.
I was like, you literally couldn't be any more of an oppressor, could you? And he's like, and I'm like,
He's like, I was born in Williamsburg, dude.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like, I don't even know why I came at this old man. But like, I'm doing, and the guy next to me, who's another dude I happen to know, and he's looking at me like, whoa. My wife looks at me and her eyes just get big and she just turns back. And I'm like, I think I've overstepped my bounds a little.
She's not used to this shit.
She is, but when you're in a public setting and you don't know the person and you immediately are like, of course, Northern Ireland, you oppressor. And then they say German. You're like, what is wrong with you? Like you start coming at his parents.
Yeah, you do need to.
I got to tone it down.
Tone that down, yeah.
I ended up having to like overcompensate and like laugh harder.
Talk
at his
about how
jokes.
nice the Germans are.
No, I didn't go there. No. He knew which topics to stay away from. And then I ended
Did he
up,
have an accent? Like, was he actually from one of these places?
yeah, like an accent, like he's from right around the corner.
God, I hate this. It irritates the shit out of me that Americans do this. Like,
We don't. I'm not from there.
I want to punch them all. Like, I'm part English, Scottish, Irish, Italian. Like, yeah, we all are. It's fucking 200 years old. Like, shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we're all from all over.
Right.
Yeah,
You probably got a little
annoying.
everything in
It's
you.
annoying.
You know the fucked up thing?
Inside Troy's brain right now. It's like, shut the fuck up, Brendan.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Oh, he know- he
I know
knows.
he stands. I know where he stands on this whole thing. Absolutely. Worst part is
Brendan's been over there though. Like, in his defense, where like a lot of people don't even go back to the land that they waved the flag in. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Then they get their 23andMe and they're like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
My
Yeah.
life was a lie.
Yep.
Yeah, you're no more Irish. than-
26% African.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're Costa Rican and
Right,
African.
you're
Like,
like,
you're not
what?
even. Like, what are you doing?
I forgot. Have you done that? Do you know, like,
Oh God, no. Do you
Yeah.
realize what I could find out?
like you're 50% British?
Scottish.
So
Yeah.
my parents have, and I can tell you if I run the numbers based on just their numbers. Now that's
Yeah.
assuming that they're my parents,
Yeah.
because who the fuck knows
Yeah.
in this? You know what I mean? In this world, who the hell? And I'm not.
Your mother's a whore.
Not trying to. Yeah, I realized where that was sounded. So I was gonna back off it, and then you just decide to fucking step right in it. Like, what are you saying? Hey, it's not my fault. My mom's hot. But no, like I like.
I'm not from a lot.
Yeah.
If I run the numbers, what the hell are you?
Let's raise
Yeah, he's-
23andMe or whatever.
Yeah, but you see that whole British Irish thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That-
it's 85%.
Yeah. How much of that's oppressors versus oppressed? I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It does not.
So my dad did come back as like 95% Irish, like pretty much Irish. And my mom was like kind of a hodgepodge, but had a good like majority.
You're
Irish.
saying your mom has had a lot of different things in her?
Her family.
Okay.
Her family's been in her?
Yikes.
You guys can twist
Talk
it how
about
you
oppression.
want, but I think
Irish.
if I run the numbers from them, I'm like 55% Irish. So I do lean. I lean.
Yeah, but you know he hasn't gotten it done because
No.
he knows the
Yeah.
facts.
No,
Yeah.
The
because-
facts. The
because
facts
It's going
are
to be
out
like,
there.
I'm from Belfast.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Oh, just the oppressed Irish. Yeah, because no, you don't know. I mean, like, is it really? If you go, all right, my dad's Irish and my mom's say Czech. They have a baby. Is it truly 50-50? Or does like one of them win out? Like, can a kid be 75% Czech?
I know my
and
kids.
25%
My
Irish.
My boys, when we did theirs, one of the sets of grandparents, I'm sure it was my in-laws, when they did their 23andMe, their numbers aren't the same.
That's what I'm saying. There has
they're
to
close, but there's percentages where like one will be
Yeah.
like 17%, whatever, the other one's like 14. And I'm like, I mean, it's just genetics. Like, it doesn't.
It's
Every time you run it, you get
it's
different
not
numbers.
exactly halved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are ones, they're like dominant traits that would come through.
Correct.
Like anything else.
But like they're 1/8 Japanese, and that is in there. Like whatever that, like 17% or whatever. They're
Yeah.
like that Japanese.
So, I mean, I'm nervous to find out that maybe I go under.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do
So
it.
is 50 the number? Like if you were under 50, you would feel really disappointed in that.
I wouldn't feel disappointed. I'd just kill myself.
That's the Irish in you.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point? What's the point? Drink a bottle of whiskey,
Yeah.
write a poem, walk out into the ocean. You know, as the Irish do.
Yeah, like
Just to prove I'm Irish.
like
he must have been Irish. He wrote a poem, drank a bottle of whiskey, and walked out in the ocean. He's Irish.
if I did that and found out whatever, not like I would not care if it was more or less of anything.
Right.
It's so weird to me. Like I was born here, and that's all I know. Like,
I think most people wouldn't care, but
I disagree with that.
You don't have a
wholeheartedly.
holiday that you pine your whole personality to.
Yeah,
But that's the problem. I think I've leaned in too much
definitely.
in all the years that like it probably would be a little devastating. Find out that I'm not what I always thought I was. Even though it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
At all. Because you know what the reality is? We're all mutts.
We are.
But see,
We're all mutts.
your parents kind of instilled that where my parents didn't.
Yeah, there
Like
wasn't.
you learned this from your parents.
From the time I was a little kid, you
Yeah.
are Irish.
Yeah.
Okay. You listen to Irish
Yeah.
music. You celebrate Irish
Like
heritage.
my dad's a country boy. Grew up here his whole life in the sticks in Hanover, King William County, Hanover County. He was born in Boston. Was from what I understand, he was there for 5 minutes, and he claims Boston. And I'm like, why? Like, what? Like, it's just weird to me. Like, you know nothing about like. You don't have family there. You don't go there. But he's like, I'm in Boston. I'm like, that's such a weird take.
How long was he in Boston?
Like, less than 6 months.
Oh, so he has no.
Yeah, like there was no there's not memories there. There's not,
Yeah, like I have genuine memories of Chicago. Enough that like I think to myself, childhood falls somewhere between Chicago and Arizona in my mind.
Yeah,
And then like puberty is Virginia.
yeah.
It's kind of how I look at it. Innocence was there. Lack of innocence was here.
Masturbation.
Yeah,
I
never
feel like-
masturbated. Never masturbated in Chicago or Arizona.
I feel like high school is where those years.
Well,
like
no, I don't know. I don't know where that
you've
began.
been back to Chicago many times.
We mean not as an adult.
Right.
I mean, I remember the moment, but I can't recall. I know I was sitting on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Sears catalog splayed out.
No, watching a black and white 13-inch TV.
Oh, with the lines because you were
Scrambled
scrambling.
porn.
No scrambling. Didn't know what was happening. All I knew is masturbation.
Was it the
is-
fishing channel?
Yep. I still can't look at a big largemouth bass without getting a little turgid. It's just how it works. No, I just remember.
Can't look at a sturgeon without a little turgid.
Nice. I like that. The Turgid Sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
That might even be better name. I had mashing down wieners, but the
Sturgeon.
Turgid Sturgeon. It's kind of a good name. No, I just remember sitting at the foot of my bed, like on the floor, at a 13-inch black and white TV, and I was watching some sitcom, and something obviously grabbed a hold of me.
That was you.
It actually makes sense now.
Or at least I hope it was.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't your neighbor.
Now the dog comes in. I'm just eating a peanut butter sandwich. A couple drops fall out the back end, and next thing you know, it's on.
Yeah.
You know, masturbation.
Masturbation. Oh, is there another way?
Hold on, how do you guys do it? What do you mean I grabbed a hold of myself?
Gross. I'm not gay.
That's gross, dude. Yeah.
Not holding a wiener.
That's disgusting. Like Joey Chestnut.
72.
Disgusting. What's wrong with you, dude? Nah, it's just my dog and I were eating a sandwich. We're just watching TV, and one thing led to another, and I was like, oh, that's masturbation. So that's how we did it. No, I just remember I was watching the show, and all of a sudden, like, I'm getting one of those NRBs, at least what I thought was an NRB. That's an acronym for no reason boner for anybody that's now too old to understand NRBs.
And instantly your brain was like, I know what I should do with this.
Well, and so in my whole world at that time, it was always, you masturbator. You know what I mean? It was like a really bad thing to be called that. You were
Yeah.
like, you're a masturbator. I was like, I would never.
Never.
Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Because that's like the biggest insult that I can hear.
I don't remember that being thrown around a lot.
Dude.
It did. It was.
It was big.
There was always the dude whose little sister walked in on him and told the whole school.
And then that dude's ruined.
And that dude's ruined. We were in senior skits, and that rumor went around about a junior. And we had a senior skit about some dude choking a rubber chicken under a pool table.
There it is.
I mean, it was like taboo.
I wonder why that wasn't thrown around in my circle.
You're lucky, because the amount of shame it caused me was brutal, because I'm sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden the NRB occurs. And
Well,
I'm
and it's
like,
weird too for Dave's story, like juniors and seniors. Like, I would hope y'all have moved past that at that time.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like, y'all should be getting some.
yeah, this was I was a lot younger than juniors
Yeah.
and seniors.
No, I think that story came out when the kid was like a freshman.
Yeah.
And then
But he was still being mocked 4 years later.
Yes.
For what everybody does.
Yeah, for literally
Right.
what every dude in that school was
Yes.
doing.
Twice a day.
And what
So weird.
every and what every dude in that
Like, get
school,
your numbers up, bro. Those numbers are low.
everyone denied it. Like to
Oh,
your
really?
best friend, you'd
Wow.
be like, "No, that guy.
Yeah, that was the
that
amount
dude
of-
is fucked up, man.
That was like
I'm not even joking.
that was the puritanical world I lived in.
all of your hands are very silky smooth and lotioned up.
Yeah,
nicely.
one hand is
One hand.
perfect. Yeah, I just remember I was sitting there and I just touched it. And before I even realized what was happening, it was happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, stop, dude. And I was like, I heard all the
Too late.
I heard all the people making fun of me. I was like, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not that
And then
guy.
I keep watching, and little man's like, "Are you gonna finish?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what we're talking about here.
Yeah,
what are we
yeah.
talking about?" And then I just kind of kept doing it, and I wasn't thinking about it. And then I remember that bitch launched and went up over my head. I had no idea. I thought I broke the whole fucking system. Fucking launched up over my head, hit the back of my bed, like when I was on the ground, and then one fired up onto the bed over me. I was throwing ropes from day one.
Like Spider-Man.
Dude, it was crazy. And I thought I broke everything. I was like, I broke it. What are you doing? And I was
and
devastated.
he did it again 5 minutes later.
Dude, I remember I was like, I will never do that again. I was like, I can't believe I did that. I can't let the guys know. I'll get ridiculed
That was
forever.
the first time you thought with your wrong head and you did something you were trying not to do.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beginning of many more times where I was like, the other head went, hey, buddy, let's go do this, And you're like, well, we shouldn't do that.
I like how
But you should.
your dick's from Chicago, 1930s.
Yeah, see?
Have a lucky strike.
Yeah, see, you should smoke now. You finished, boy. You did it. You had an orgasm. And I always thought that orgasms were only for women, which turns out that it's really
opposite.
the other
The
way
opposite.
around. But I'd only heard of the context of an orgasm with women, the female orgasm. So it blew my mind that this could even happen. It took a lot of strength to talk to some guys and go, hey,
You talked to some dudes?
dude, I had to figure this out. I was like, I fucking think I broke my dick. Figured it out. Fortunately, I found a guy that didn't.
My insides are coming out.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Brendan. Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
No, there was no internet back then. It was really difficult to figure out that kind of shit. You had to find someone that you trusted.
You had to
wouldn't,
trust somebody, yeah.
Wouldn't fucking throw
Well,
you
can you
under the
imagine
bus.
our kids today going on the internet and looking up simple masturbation questions and just getting riddled with porn? Like that can't be any better.
gifts?
Yeah.
You're like, ah! Yeah, no, it would ruin you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad that I came up at a time where I had to figure it out, earn it.
Yeah.
Where I didn't understand what it was at 6. Because these kids probably know,
Oh yeah.
everything way earlier. But it created for a very difficult little moment in time for me, sitting there in shame at the end of my bed.
It's also weird that statistically less testosterone levels are down. There's less premarital sex and sex in general happening with the young kids.
There's too many outlets.
Yeah.
Too many outlets for that stuff. I had to really work,
A lot of them are doing anal to save their virginity.
which is
That was
Crazy.
going on years ago. I
Yeah,
remember
they're
hearing
still
about
doing that.
That's the Christians in the group.
Yep. Yay, hemorrhoids.
Yeah. Gotta love religion.
Got.
There's rules. Let's find a loophole.
If there's rules, there's loopholes.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's soaking. Have you guys
Soaking?
know
Yeah.
the soaking?
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, we did a whole episode on soaking.
Oh,
Soaking
that-
is the greatest.
Yeah.
Like that's what's up.
That's another level loophole.
For listeners that don't know, it's actually pretty big in some of like the Mormon universities where you can't have sex, but apparently the act of sex very specifically involves insertion and then movement.
Thrusting.
But if you just insert and leave it be and you just soak, that is not a
So they're
sin.
all married?
No.
No, I'm just saying that's how you that's how you do
Didn't
it.
get my joke.
But you know that they loopholed that. They're like, let's soak again and again
Yeah.
and again and again.
No,
and
no,
again,
no, that's
and again.
not how it works.
No, that's
If
not how it
you-
works.
But there's zero chance that somebody has that self-control.
Did you not hear this? The
you're not
episode? You don't know the
didn't-
loophole.
I
Wait
didn't.
till you hear the loophole.
There's a fantastic loophole.
I did not hear that.
See, the problem is that you insert and then you thrust or she thrusts back. That is a sin.
That's gross.
That is a sin.
Yeah.
But you could do jump soaking, which is where you insert and soak and your buddy jumps on the bed,
Next to you.
which then makes you two move and shake
Or gets under the bed and puts the feet on the mattress
and kicks it up and down.
Kicks it up and down.
Which allows you to completely stay limp. Well,
You're not limp.
part of you.
Yeah.
But not actually do the thrusting, but the world around you is creating the movement, and that's actually a perfectly acceptable sin-free way. You're still a virgin.
Jesus is so proud.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's up there going, damn it, got me again.
No, he's going, that's exactly right.
That was my point. You guys get it. Thank you.
Just like all those rumors about my dad and the Virgin Mary.
Now go out and preach this
Yeah.
to everyone else.
It takes 3 to come and not sin,
Yeah, that's right.
and that's fine. But 2 actively working at it, that's
Yeah,
fucked up,
that's
yo.
bad. gross.
Yeah.
That's
You
fucked
gotta
up.
have a third.
Yeah.
So you got to get married. And then your boy can go home. But we were so tight. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm married now. I don't
But
need
now
you.
I go limp without my partner jumping, without my buddy jumping next to me.
Yeah, if he
Yeah.
doesn't have a Superman cape on, bouncing
Yeah.
on my bed in underoos, I can't come.
And there's
Awfully
arguments.
specific,
Oh,
but
that is very-
just saying.
And there's arguments between like a couple. They're like, God, not Ray. He doesn't bounce enough. We gotta get Dave over here. Like there's gotta be better bouncers. Like,
Yeah.
probably dudes are like getting hired. Like, dude, we hear you got like the best bounce.
Dude, you got the technique, man.
Yeah.
Trying to keep myself pure.
Is there not a soaking bed yet? Like where you can like just have the bed do the work? Like
I
there's
would think
mechanical beds.
I would think water beds probably still have a place
Yeah.
in the soaking world. Because then your buddy just has to, hell, you could just invite your dog up and have him just move around
Move
a
around.
bunch. Just get that motion going.
But I think most of the soaking has happened at Liberty or BYU, and you're not getting a waterbed.
Yeah, you're in a
dorm
dorm
room.
Yeah, they know you're a slut.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
As soon as they see
Can
that.
I bring my my bed here?
It's for my back.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah. Which
gotta-
there's nothing worse
You got to
for.
go to the president's house for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Old school Liberty cuckold joke. Mm-hmm. I like it. That's strong. Don't get enough of those anymore.
Yeah.
All right. We have to do a double, so I'm just going to call it.
Yeah, let's call this and move on to next week.
Because shit
Shots.
is getting weird.
You do shots.
Shots of what?
I don't know.
This episode's going to be cool. I don't have to work tomorrow, so like, I do have to work. I have to work extra early, right?
Extra
Yeah.
early. Okay. All right.
Shit. Said too much.
Yeah.
Said too much.
You're in trouble now.
Yep. Well, happy Father's Day, boys. I think if this episode comes out on then, I haven't decided yet how that's all going to work out. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We certainly do appreciate the
We
support.
didn't talk enough Father's Day to make it a Father's Day episode.
I just said happy Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
That's all
We're
that
back
fathers
in.
get anyway. Let's be honest. 364 days a year.
It's all we deserve.
It's all we deserve. We're stupid. What'd we do? We sat
seen
there on the
sitcoms.
bed while our friend
We're all
jumped.
idiots.
That's all we did was the guy was jumping beside me.
Yeah, we just laid there while your buddy jumped. That's all we did.
We're all idiots. I've seen sitcoms.
So am I. Never mind. I still can't watch Small Wonder. whatever.
The robot girl.
I have no idea. I was like a little kid.
That was out of the blue.
I was like a little kid. I have no idea what episode it was. It was probably Cheers. Diane, I had a thing for Diane. Dave's dying. I can't walk this one back. If you need a pair of sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com.
It was Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
It was MASH, dude.
Shout out to Dave for supporting our old sponsor, Find Your Coast. Bought a few shirts from there.
He is rocking the shirt. I dig that.
I love their stuff.
Head over to Nectar Sunglasses. Drop ITPH in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off of those sunglasses. And if you need a mortgage, you live in Georgia or Virginia, head over to screendoormortgage.com. Jimmy will take care of you. It will be a good experience. We're running out of time here. If you have a topic, please send it in inside the pallethouse at gmail.com. And if you have too much discretionary money, hit us up on the Venmo.
At Inside the Pallet House.
There you go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. These dudes are lifting 300-pound dumbbells.
With one arm.
With one arm. That's how dumbbells work. That's a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Not that small wonder. I should have said Alf. Alf would have been a better one. I made it weird.
Yeah, somehow Alf would have been less weird. But it would have. Like, you're right.
No, it would have been less weird. Because, like, everyone beats off in Melmac.
To a puppet.
Oh, well,
Alf was a puppet.
at least he smelled like pussy. He ate cats.
The original pussy.
Yeah.
Happy Motherfuckers Day.